Hello everyone. Today we would be studying about the remedial teaching, its meaning, remediation process, principle of diagnosis under the pedagogy of mathematics. So let's start. What is remedial teaching? Remedial teaching is the teaching in which the problems of learners are identified and problems are given the proper guidance after identification of the areas of difficulty. Since we are dealing with the pedagogy of mathematics, hence it is necessary that the foundational clarity of concept is there upon which a student can build up the further concepts. A remedial teaching class is one that is meant to improve the learning skills or rectify a particular problematic area of a student. Remedial instruction involves using the individualized teaching of students who are experiencing the difficulties in specific subject areas. It may be taught individually or in group. It depends upon the requirement of the students. Now, there are two types of models of remedial instruction. Model 1 is given by the Chang and Model 2 is proposed by Huang. So we will be discussing these models separately. Model 1. It consists of 3 steps of remedial instructions. In this, first comes the assessment. In assessment, the teaching once completed is assessed by the teacher in classroom settings. This can be done in form of the feedback from the students. It can be in direct or indirect way by checking the body language of the students, their terminal behavior, their response in the class, their performance in the test, and many more. And then comes the instruction part. Once the teacher finds that in assessment students are lacking somewhere, then he or she gives the suitable instruction to the students. And then after, reassessment is done again. Model number 2 consists of 5 steps of remedial instructions. This consists of identifying the target students, diagnosing the learning problems, then designing the remedial instructions. After that, conduction of the remedial instruction in the classroom setting and the assessment of the learning results. After this comes the assessment of teaching method. Since we know that the teaching methods need to be changed in order to do the remedial teaching, first of all, you need to analyze the skills which are required to teach the certain sets of the students who are unable to uh, understand some concepts in the classroom. So, first the assessment of skills is done, then comes customizing the teaching methodology, and after that, usage of the appropriate teaching aids. There are several kinds of teaching aid which could be implemented while teaching a remedial class. Now, here comes the quotation. It says that just because you covered it, that doesn't mean they have learned it. As we know that in our hand we have 5 fingers and all 5 fingers are not same. Similarly, there exist several kind of students. Some have high cognitive levels while some have low cognitive skills. Some can grasp easily while some takes time to understand, and hence we need to structure the lesson according to the diverse needs of the students. Now comes the diagnosis part. So, what is diagnosis? Diagnosis test is conducted to identify the particular strength and weakness of students. It is qualitative in nature. It means that we cannot measure it through numbers. We just can see the change in the terminal behavior from that of the initial behavior of students. So, there are some functions of diagnosis. Let's understand them. First comes the classification. Now, classification of the students can be done in three categories: according to the aptitude level, according to the intellectual level, and according to the vocational level. Then comes the assessment of the specific ability. It covers the level of abnormality. If there is any kind of abnormality in student, then it assesses that. Then comes the level of depression. Depression could be due to the environmental condition in which the student is being nurtured. It can come from home or by society pressure. It could be anything. Hence, the teacher needs to understand this also. Then comes the level of the adjustment. It shows that how adjustable the student is with his other. Remediation consists of the special education for the handicap, remedial teachings for the weak or the slow learners, and then counseling for the mental ailment. Counseling can be done by the teacher or some specialist depending upon the major concern about how much majorly a student is being impacted by the mental ailment. And then comes the clinical treatment for physical ailment. And at the last is etiology. It's the study of diagnosis. After that, we can see there's a 4-tier model. It is explaining about the learners, different kind of learners. Tier 1 explains that the learners with no literacy difficulties means they are easy to go with. They do not need any particular workbooks, printouts, or the worksheets necessary to understand the concept. They can be easily dealt. Then comes the tier 2. It explains about the learner who just need a boost. There are some kind of learner who can perform very easily given that they are provided the motivation and encouragement from the teachers. Then comes the tier 3, which includes the learners that face mild difficulties. For them, more structured approach by teachers is necessary. Use of steps plus workbook materials, both are necessary. And then comes the tier 4, which comprises high need student. These kind of student needs proper guidance step by step, workbooks, game activities, different teaching styles, and many more are required by the teacher so as to make them understand the concepts and give them the clarity of the problem which they are facing. So, there are many reasons why children may have problems understanding the concepts. For example, we can consider a student who is struggling with one digit addition. What would you say? Why he's facing such kind of problem? You need to figure out if he hasn't mastered one digit addition because he has spatial difficulties, then how he would be able to perform the two digit calculations. So, a teacher needs to work out on the spatial part of the rearrangement of the student's cognitive abilities. Diagnosis considers whole child data, including his past experiences, his attitudes, learning styles, whether he is auditory, visual, or he's tactile kind of learning person, and then the interest, strength, and weaknesses of the student also. Now, these differences can be seen by reviewing the written work of the student, school based material and activities in which student is involved, and observing the behavior of child in classroom settings or outside. Now, there are some characteristics of diagnostic test. First of all, we have already discussed that it is qualitative in nature. Then comes finding the deficiencies of student in learning, in which particular portion the student is facing the difficulty, you need to find them. Then comes the help of teachers in planning and organizing the remedial teaching. After that, it is a ways to form the tutorial group to help poor students enhance the performance. And then arrangement of the learning item in psychological order. That means we have to arrange the learning items from easy to complex way. Then adopting the objective type test only. In this particular test, which is diagnostic test, we do not focus on subjectivity. Since we are dealing with the conceptual clarity, it is necessary that objective type tests are conducted. Then comes fully emphasizing on the learning and teaching points. You need to focus that all the concepts of the students who are unable to understand something are cleared. And then no scores for the correct answers or wrong responses. Only wrong responses are taken into view in the sequence of contents. Means there is no scoring done as far, only the focus is upon the wrong responses. If after remedial teaching also the student gives the wrong responses, then there needs to be extra attention to that student. This kind of diagnostic test requires expert or specialist to identify the wrong answers. Now we can see that diagnostic test and remedial teaching, how are they from the part of student and from the part of teacher. In diagnostic test for a teacher informs where the student needs problems and where the problem lies. Teacher need to identify the problematic areas and then focus on that area. For a student uh, is helped by the teacher to identify the problems, and the teacher provides the feedback and the support to the student. In remedial teaching, the teacher gives the specific feedback to the student, provide him or her with the relevant support, and plans the next step accordingly. While for a student, there exists the chance of improvement in performance and the opportunity to do well and enhance the capabilities. Now, let's discuss some of the ways to remediation. First of all, the target students individually use the data to determine which student needs to improve on which skills and standards. We can use small groups or stations to let the students work and learn based on similar needs. It is found that when the students learn in the group, they are easily able to grasp the concepts. Now, another thing is that chunking the skills into small tasks can be done over time rather than giving one large review packet. Means you could divide the task into small modules and then easily can handle it in a given specific time. This way, a lot of pressure is not on the student and it becomes easy to understand the concepts bit by bit. Use peer tutors to explain concepts in different words. It is seen that some students are not able to grasp the concepts presented by one teacher. It would be easy if that same concept is presented by the teacher whose teaching style is easily comprehended by the student, and hence here comes the need of peer tutors. Take advantage of flipped remediation with videos, resources that have already been created. It is seen that the teaching aids, which includes the maximum use of the senses of students, helps them to easily grasp the concepts, and hence the advantage of the videos and multimedias could be easily taken in order to make the video content useful for learning process. Now, have the students track result to see if their remediation lead to the improvement in performance on the next benchmark. You can use to track the results given by the student after the remediation, and can help them to understand that how far good they have performed and improved their performance. Use self grading activities like classroom quizzes, responses to prompt questionings, and accordingly give student the immediate feedback. Provide little time each day to spiral review in addition to new content. Remediation should not be seen as punishment. It is seen that in remedial classes, student just fears to come out and share the difficulties with the teacher. It should not be seen as a punishment for a student. It should be taken as opportunity to learn and build upon the concepts, so that your next time learning could be strengthened, and there is a need to spiral review that what has been taught previously. Otherwise everything will go into drain. If there is no revision, no review of what has been taught earlier, then all these efforts will go into vain. Have students reflect on their strengths and weaknesses, as well as the result of their class and the home activities. Motivate and reinforce the students in case of improvement, because it will enhance their learning process. So that's all. Thank you very much.